Up until this moment, I had never touched a Nintendo Switch. Not the OG, not the Lite, not the OLED, which is kind of crazy because I've always been into handhelds, and my first game actually happened on a Game Boy, that big grey brick from the 80s. Then I played a lot on the Game Gear, and I live on the Steam Deck and just picked up an MSI Claw, but Nintendo somehow never happened. So no spec charts here, no tech deep dive, because you've seen all of that on other channels, the internet is full. This is my first week with the Switch 2 as a total Nintendo newbie. Here's what surprised me, what annoyed me, and whether you're a Steam Deck user, handheld fan, or total first timer, should actually get one or not. Let's keep it simple. I'll tell you what I like about it first, and then I'll tell you the things that I don't like so much. And the first thing is definitely the feel of it. It is ridiculously satisfying because it is so thin, it's so premium. I kind of want to do nothing but hold it since I got it, and it really is on a different level because it feels sleek, and it feels, this is a big word, it feels sexy. It's got this massive glossy 7.9-inch screen wrapped into a tight, elegant frame, and the materials, they're very precise. It's a blend of brushed precision and soft touch finesse. That's what it feels like. It feels well made, it feels fine, it feels premium. It doesn't feel like a toy. It feels like a handheld designed by someone who studied sculpture. Seriously, since I had it, I've just been bringing it around the house like it's a pet. I just love to touch it. But let's talk about the screen, because this is a big screen. It's 7.9 inch and it feels much bigger than that because the bezels are so thin that it really gives you the feeling that you're holding a lot of screen and very little machine. It's a LCD panel VRR, very good colors. I love the colors on this. You've got nice blacks and crisp whites, absolutely great to play on. I have to say that I do not miss the fact that it's not an OLED. A lot of you out there are saying, oh, it should have been an OLED screen. I guess the price would have been different, much higher if it would have been an OLED screen. Let's see what Nintendo does there in maybe 2 or 3 years. I think Nintendo really nailed it, and I have to say that I think, and this is a brave statement, I know, this screen is maybe even a little bit more alive than the one on the Steam Deck. I like looking at this and playing on this. This is a super quick first impression, and I've just joined Nintendo Switch Online. I've set up the joypad like this, and I'm playing Super Mario World, which was my second ever game on the Game Boy, and that probably tells you how old I am. And wow, I am actually really taken back on the nostalgia road. This is incredibly cool because it feels great and it just looks sensational. I'm pretty I'm pretty awed here. I'm pretty excited. That's really cool. One of the things I like most about the Switch, and I guess I never really understood it because I never played a Switch before, is I knew you could detach the Joy-Cons, which is really cool, but I didn't realize that the full extent of how you can detach them, and then you can go and attach them to this Joy-Con holder or whatever this thing is called, like that, and turn this into effectively a joypad that lets you control the Switch like this. And it's super practical because honestly, I'm loving it. I can just set the screen up wherever I want on the sofa, and usually playing handheld, after a while my hands start tingling, so I can just lay on my belly and put the screen up somewhere and play with this. That's quite brilliant. Let's talk about playing on it for a second, because it's just easy. There's no setup, there's no tweaks, no chasing any perfect settings. It's just something that you pick up, you turn on, and you're in. And coming from the deck or the claw, that kind of simplicity actually feels very refreshing, because I'm not constantly testing performance, tweaking resolution, etc. And it's a very nice way of just gaming. It just works like a console does. It's not the most powerful for sure, and I notice sometimes, especially on the Switch 1 games, that it's not quite up to par. But if I let go of that expectation and just play, it gives me back something I think a lot of us might have lost on the way, and it's just that joy of sitting down and getting lost in a game. No friction, no fuss, just gaming. It's quite cool. Great thing about the Switch 2 is I'm here doing some work. I want to take my brain off work for a minute. What I can do is I've got it here set up, understand, log in. That's the game running. It's Doom, and I want to take my brain off work and just have a quick burst at Doom, taking off the controllers, which is my new preferred way of playing this. When I'm finished, bang, the controller goes back. Happy days, I can put this into sleep. I know you're going to say it works with the Steam Deck as well. It does, but it's kind of faster and a bit more seamless here. And I love the stand, which is new on the Switch 2. With this one, I can put the screen wherever I want. I was doing that last night, having it on a pillow on my stomach and using the controllers. It works excellently, no more tingling fingers. That's brilliant, and I can put it wherever I want. Fantastic. Here we are. That's another party trick of the Switch, which I really love. I've just docked it. There it is. Excuse the poor cabling, but I took the controllers, I put them here in the holder, and I'm basically ready to go to have a quick game on the TV wherever I am, whether I'm at home or at a friend's home or in a hotel somewhere on holiday or wherever. I've got a console, full console, and I've got 2 joypads as well, so there's the chance of 2 of us playing Mario Kart, for example. Here we go, 4K Mario Kart. It just works. It's excellent. It looks great. I can really see myself taking the Switch to a friend's house and having a go, or just playing around with my wife at Mario Kart. It's excellent, and it looks really, really good. That's Doom, Switch 1 game. I mean, it's 720p, you can really tell it. But come on, all in all, it's absolutely fine. I mean, just to play this for a while, and you know that it is 720p, your expectations aren't going to be the highest. I guess it's totally fine, and it plays absolutely smoothly, both here as well as handheld, so that's fine. I am not a very nostalgic guy at all, but the fact that I can just play Super Mario as it came out on the NES when I was a kid, and it looks, it sounds, and it feels exactly like that game is sensational. I didn't have a NES as a kid, but I always used to go to my friend who did, and playing there for a few hours, Super Mario was the biggest thing ever. And the fact that I can now play it in my living room, attaching these and putting that thing into a dock, well, that's sensational. And in that sense, thanks a lot, Nintendo. Quick word about the shop, because I heard there's a lot of people that complain about the shop. They say that the shop is too convoluted, etc. Honestly, I don't find the shop bad at all. It's simple, it's effective, and I was surprised because quite a few voices said, yeah, but the games on the Nintendo shop, they're never on sale. There's not a lot of stuff on sale. The sales are bad, etc. There's a lot of stuff on sale. I mean, maybe not as much as on Steam or on other game stores, but still, you get a lot of offers, and there's quite a few games here. Maybe the shop could have a few more descriptions when it comes to the games, and perhaps there could be a rating for the games, but that's honestly all. I don't really have much to complain about the shops. The downloads work, they are fast, the installs are fast. It's all good on that front for me. User interface. Lots of people complaining and saying that the user interface is still the same as always. Honestly, I really like it. I think it's a really pragmatic, a very good and a very efficient user interface. It has a good feel and it has some nice sound if you add the sound. Having never had a Switch before, not having any idea what was expecting me, I'm completely happy with how it works. I think it's simple, it's pragmatic. One great little addition that I really enjoy is the fact that there is a connector, USB-C connector down here. I can charge and I can plug headphones or whatever I want in there. And the same thing happens here as well. So I have two, and there is actually a jack for headphones there as well. That's quite practical. Okay, now I've mentioned a few nice points, but let's get into the stuff that I didn't like. And the first one is the ergonomics, and I'm not going to slam them, but it's not the Steam Deck. And by the way, if you want me to make a full comparison between the Steam Deck OLED and the Switch 2, let me know down in the comments. Why the ergonomics? Because the shape is different, and effectively it feels like it's nice, but it feels like it was made for much smaller hands than mine. And the Joycons, well, they feel a little bit toyish, they feel a little bit small. They work, but they don't give me that solid premium vibe. By the way, my left controller has a slight wobble when I dock it into the screen. It's nothing major, but it's just enough for me to have noticed. And then there's the bigger issue, I call it, and that's the battery life. If I had to call it something, I just call it I know it's a small battery, 21 hours, but even after doing the reset trick, handheld mode still drains very fast. And we're in 2025. I feel like we should expect better, and we should really have battery issues with a device of this kind anymore. I get it, it's a big screen, it's a new device and everything, but I'm not alone, and the battery talk is literally everywhere right now. Having said that, I really like this device. It is really cool. Is it the best thing since bread? I don't think so. No. Are you missing out unless you buy one today? Probably you aren't. But now that I've tried it, I absolutely get the hype. I see what I missed out these years never touching a Switch. It plays games seamlessly. There's no drama, no fiddling, and at the end of the day, it is just a really rounded package. So who's the Switch 2 for? If you're chasing raw power, you like to customize or emulate, this probably won't be your favorite device, and you might be leaning more towards the Steam Deck or one of the Windows machines. But if you want something that just works every time you pick it up, well then this is it. It is for people who enjoy games without overthinking. It's for parents with kids, it's for commuters, long-time fans, or apparently for people like me who somehow missed the Nintendo boat until now. And clearly I'm not the only one, because the Switch 2 sold 3.5 million units at launch, making it the most successful Nintendo console launch ever. So it's not just a moment, it's here to stay. And it does one thing really well. It brings joy back to gaming. And honestly, that might be the most important thing. But what do you think about the Switch 2? Have you picked one up? Are you going to pick one up? Are you going to skip it, or do you hate it? Let me know down in the comments. And by the way, if you enjoyed the video, leave me a thumbs up, and if you want to see more videos like this, feel free to subscribe to the channel so you'll be notified whenever I put them out. In any case, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.